In this video, we present our paper, NeuMesh++, towards versatile and efficient volumetric editing with disentangled neural mesh-based implicit field. The neural rendering has achieved great success. However, current neural fields either lack the ability to edit scenes, or, when combined with mesh-based rasterization, sacrifice rendering realism. Among existing editable neural fields, many struggle with complex scenes, suffer from inefficiency, or require labor-intensive manual 3D annotations. But, what does CG creation actually want? Supporting non-rigid deformation for geometry editing? Editing object textures precisely at the region of interest? Swapping textures to dress up newly created objects? Painting new patterns in a user-friendly way? Or even pick up a semantic region of a 3D object in an effortless manner? Efficiently edit an object with instant rendering feedback? Now, we propose a novel representation, called NeuMesh++, to fulfill these demands. Here are our editing functionalities. A mesh-guided geometry editing. Designated texture editing with texture swapping of two objects. Texture filling with materials from pre-captured objects. Texture painting by transferring user paints from 2D image to 3D field. Semantic guided editing through an effortless and interactive pickup. The core idea of our work is to transfer a baked MLP-based implicit model into a mesh-based representation, which grants editable capability through a mesh-based workflow. As shown on the left, we encode the neural implicit field on a mesh scaffold, where we disentangle geometry, texture, semantics with separated latent codes and a learnable modification color in mesh vertices. During volume rendering, we search k nearest vertices of the query point. Then, we project the query point to the normal of each neighboring vertex and obtain the project distance and inverse distance. The local indicator comes from the concatenation of project distance and inverse distance and is designed to magnify spatial distinguishability. We then transform the codes and local indicators into the density, color and semantic feature with separated decoders. The learnable modification color is added to the decoded color to improve the fidelity of the texture editing. We use volume rendering techniques to render the RGB image and semantic feature map, and supervise them with MSE loss. Besides, we use compact neural code and decoder to enhance the training efficiency and employ the occupancy sampling to accelerate the rendering. Now, we will show how we enable editing with our representation. Since the neural implicit field has been tightly aligned to the mesh surface, we simply deform the corresponding mesh, and the change will synchronously take effect on the implicit field and the rendered object. Next, we show the process of texture swapping and filling. For texture swapping, user can select the desired editing area. Here are two apples. Then, we perform vertex swapping based on their Euclidean coordinates, and render the edited views. For texture filling, we unwrap the UV map of edited area and use selected template code to fill the edited area and get a Buddha with white chest and brown clothes. For texture painting, we first let users paint on a single 2D image. Then, we find the affected learnable modification colors with ray mesh intersections, as highlighted on the right side. During the optimization, we only fine-tune these affected modification colors on mesh vertices while ignoring others. Here is the final result, where the yellow glass and colorful TPAMI logo have been branded on the teddy bear, and the other part remains untouched. With the semantic feature, we can perform semantic guided editing. Here, we let the user pick up the water by simply clicking on the single perspective image, and we use the proposed semantic propagation algorithm to form the 3D semantic mask from a single click. Then we fill the texture of the selected semantic region with a golden material to make the water become golden water. Now, we will show more results of geometry and texture editing. Here are examples of geometry editing. By bending the corresponding geometry proxy, the rendered objects are synchronously deformed. Our method can seamlessly support advanced geometry editing, that is physical simulation. We integrate our methods with some physical simulation algorithms and render the images of the object's behaviors at different moments under force conditions. Here we decompose the local semantic structure of the object through a single click. The continuous tracks and the roof are separated from the Lego and from the house respectively. And here are the examples of texture swapping, where we transfer the texture from the red area to the yellow area. As shown in the demo, our method successfully exchanges textures while preserving rich details. Then, we show examples of texture filling. We first select texture templates from pre-captured NeuMesh models, which are illustrated with the colored dot below the objects. We fill the selected area of target objects with these texture templates. As you can see, the edited objects exhibit the texture from the templates and also show rich view-dependent effects of the golden material. We now show 4 examples of texture painting. Our method successfully transfers painting from a single 2D image to the neural implicit field, and allows free preview of painted objects in rendered novel views, which reflects the philosophy of, what you get is what you see. Here we show 3 examples of semantic-guided texture editing. We first select the desired regions by clicking on a single image and then fill them with the texture templates or draw some pictures. Without any laborious annotation, the object presents a vivid appearance with the new texture. Finally, we show 2 examples of hybrid editing, where we combine semantic-guided texture filling and painting with geometry deformation, which demonstrates the superior editing flexibility of our representation. Thanks for watching.